Hello, my name is Nathan Peterson and I am a specialist with OCD and anxiety. Today, I wanted to talk about something that I call sneaky compulsions. So if you have watched some of my other videos, you know what a compulsion is, but if you don't, let's go really quick through what a compulsion is. Individuals who suffer with OCD do what's called a compulsion. When it comes to OCD, it usually gives this individual an intrusive thought, which turns into some type of meaning, which that meaning causes some of that anxiety or fear. So that individual wants to get rid of this anxiety. They want to know for sure if what they are thinking and feeling is true or not. So these turn into these compulsions. And some examples of these compulsions are reassurance seeking, asking individuals around them if they're a good person, if they're going to get sick, if they really love their spouse. Some individuals may research online. They want to know if the way they are thinking or feeling is true and correct. They may also ask for reassurance from other individuals on the internet, most likely on forums. Often there's a lot of avoidance. Individuals will avoid the things that may trigger these intrusive thoughts. So I may avoid children, I may avoid touching certain things, I may avoid watching certain things. I may avoid just going to places altogether. There's a lot of physical compulsions that people can do, whether it's washing their hands, tapping, doing certain movements, evening out their body. But what we know overall with compulsions is that they do more harm than good. The compulsions seem like they work because they give you this temporary relief that says, hey, you got yourself out of that anxiety, out of that fear. So do that thing that you did again. Do it one more time. Hey, last time you washed your hands, it worked for you, so do it again. Hey, last time you asked your mom this specific question, if you're a good person or not, she said you're a good person and you felt good. So next time you don't feel like a good person, go ask. Your brain and body have kind of trained you to do this. So it seems like it works. And it's going to keep urging you to do the same behavior. But how it does more harm than good is that overall, it almost cements into your brain that is the only way and that's the only thing that's going to work for you, and keep going. So what do I mean by sneaky compulsions? When I'm talking about these other compulsions, these are done, and when they are done, it's very obvious. You know the person's washing their hands. You know the specific question that they're asking, that they want reassurance. So when I'm looking for sneaky compulsions, this is something that someone may do, use different words to maybe get a response that they want, and just do specific behaviors that nobody but that specific person who has OCD knows what they are doing. It's like they can get away with doing a compulsion and nobody knows. So an example may be that I'm about to do my homework and I see this pen here, and everything inside my body says, oh man, is that pen contaminated? Are there germs on that thing? My body says there is, my brain says there is, I don't want to touch it. And I know if I ask my mom if there's germs on there or if that is contaminated, that she's gonna say maybe, maybe not, because that's what we train them to do through treatment, is to not really reassure. He or she knows the answer that the mom or parent is going to give. And so instead, they may just ask a simple question like, hey, where'd this pen come from? Oh, we just got it from the store, we opened it up and we just put it right there for you. That the parent just gave them some reassurance. They just told them that this is brand new, they just got it from the store and they placed it there for them. So no one else used it but them. They are safe. But guess what? The parent doesn't know that they just gave some reassurance because their loved one who has OCD did not specifically ask them the question that they normally would want to ask them. Another example may be somebody who struggles with pedophile OCD or maybe some scrupulosity, moral scrupulosity. Instead of asking specific questions about their topic, they may be sharing their story with somebody, repeating their story to a parent, to a friend, to somebody on the forums, in a chat room, to a therapist. But they're just sharing their story because at the end of it, they want to see, what is that reaction that person's going to give me? Are they going to freak out? Are they going to smile? Are they going to frown? What's their tone of voice after they respond to me? Because especially with some of these topics, if I said something that I thought was very scary and that maybe someone's got to turn me in because of a specific thought that I have, but I just told that story and that person's not freaking out. That therapist or whoever is not freaking out and they're just sitting there and they're like, okay, cool. Well, it sounds like that's, OCD. That, wow, that person just got a lot of reassurance because it just confirmed to them that like, man, you have OCD. If this were a real thing that I was threatened by and I was scared of, I may be calling 911 right now, but I'm not. You see me, I'm fully relaxed. It's not a big deal kind of thing. So some individuals may count on this. I just love sharing my story because I want to see what the reaction is going to be. And I'm going to do it time and time and time and time again to each individual that is close to me, or on forums or Instagram or Facebook or whatever people use. I get messages every single day from individuals who are seeking for reassurance, and I don't know if that's what they know they're doing. And so they end up telling me a story. I read this message and it is long. And at the end of it, it usually ends with, "So do you think this is OCD?" And for me, it makes me sad because I want to answer this person, but I can't. Because they're not a client of mine, they're not a patient. I can't answer this question for them. And even if they were, I probably wouldn't answer it anyway. Because I don't want to give this reassurance. Because a lot of individuals want to know and may question and doubt, do I actually even have OCD? Because if I don't, then the way I'm thinking, the harm thoughts I might have, the sexual thoughts that I might have, that means they're real. Because if I had OCD, that means they're not real. And so it's another one of those ways of like, can you just tell me if I have OCD or not? I really wish I could answer that question. And I love answering people. I answer every single message that I get. But when I see these reassurance type of questions, it puts me in a conundrum. I don't know how to answer it sometimes. Another example of what I would call a sneaky compulsion, which the individual who has OCD has little to do with this, but family members, loved ones are so used to giving reassurance that they will just do this on the fly. They know things that already bother you, and so they'll make sure that you stay safe. They'll accommodate. And so for you who has OCD and you know compulsions are not great, it's actually your job to inform them and say, hey, you're not supposed to tell me that. You're not supposed to tell me I'm a good person. You're not supposed to tell me that that's not contaminated. You're not supposed to tell me that those thoughts don't mean anything. You're not supposed to tell me to go pray one more time. You're not supposed to tell me it's not a big deal. You're not even supposed to tell me that I have OCD. Call them out. Give them something else to say to you. Like mom or dad or loved one, whoever it is, if I ever ask you this question, or you catch me being a little sneaky about it, give me some answers like maybe, maybe not. Don't give a certainty answer with it. So did you know that our brains are designed to relieve anxiety? When we feel anxious at any point, so if I have a child that's running into the road, I'm gonna feel anxious. My brain's gonna say, hey, look, that car's coming down the road. I'm gonna go run, I'm gonna grab it, I'm gonna bring him back. That anxiety told me what to do. So when I feel anxious and it's just a thought, I look around me, nothing's happening, I'm not in danger, my brain still goes through that same response. It's gonna say, you need to fix whatever is happening right now and get rid of this anxiety, and it feels so real. So that's where these compulsions come into play, is that your body is treating this as if it's the same as maybe a child running into the road and you need to go grab them. Also, when our brain perceives a problem or thinks there's a problem and we take some steps to probably fix it, but it doesn't actually get fixed, it goes back into that problem-solving mode. So an example might be, if I've got this like really pounding headache and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna wait this out, but it's not going away. All right, well, what's the next step? Well, maybe I should take some ibuprofen. Okay, so I take that ibuprofen and I wait, a couple hours and like, man, this is still pounding. What is going on? So my brain's gonna start problem solving. Hey, maybe you need to go get a massage. Maybe you go do some acupuncture. Maybe you hurt your neck. Maybe you should go figure out what actually happened. Maybe you need to go take more ibuprofen. That usually the brain doesn't stop problem solving until there's a solution, until there's some certainty. So when it comes to OCD, that's the trap. It's gonna make the person believe that there is certainty at the end of this compulsion, when there isn't. Unfortunately, there's not. It feels like it temporarily, but why does it reset? We've gotta teach our brains, teach our bodies that if there's a problem, we'll fix it. A real tangible problem in front of us, we will fix it. So I hope this video is helpful for you. If it was, let me know in the comments below. Also, have you ever caught yourself doing some sneaky compulsions? What things have you done? Also, have you called your parents out or loved ones out for giving you reassurance? Thank you so much for watching, and remember, face the unknown. So before we get into that, make sure you're subscribed to my channel. No, I'm not gonna put that in. So an example may be, and the parent might say,